Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dima Anushe. I'm here again with another exciting topic. What is that topic? Tooth decay. Now, the first thing we need to know is what is tooth decay. Now, tooth decay is simply the damaging of the tooth or teeth permanently, whereby you find tiny holes on them. That is tooth decay. Now, what are the causes of this tooth decay? Now, the first one, and this is the most common, is the kind of food we take. Now, if you consume a lot of snacks, yes, if you consume a lot of sugary foods like your soda, your gummy bear, your cotton candy, all these can lead to tooth decay. See, let me say this. When it comes to tooth decay, or when it comes to bacteria in the mouth, they love sugar. I'm being serious. They love sugar. So if you give them sugar, they will make sure that they use that to actually destroy the person. The second of them is xerostomia. And what do I mean by xerostomia? We've talked about this before. And if you don't know what it means, please, you can also go and check in the other video. I explained it there. But what is xerostomia? Is dry mouth. Like me, as I'm talking now, at some time I need to take water to actually wet my mouth. So the next thing is poor oral hygiene. What do I mean by poor oral hygiene? When you do not brush your teeth well, when you do not take your oral routine very important. The way you take your self-care important. That's the same way you have to take your anything that has to do with your mouth important also. Then the next thing is that can cause tooth decay is actually eating disorder. Yes, my brothers, my sisters, yes, it can actually cause tooth decay. The next thing is acid reflux disease. Yes, it can actually cause tooth decay as well. Okay, now let's talk about the symptoms of tooth decay. Now, the first one is, and this is in no particular order, I'm just mentioning them. You have tooth sensitivity. Next thing that shows tooth decay is around the corner is bad breath. We talked about bad breath in the other video, so if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. I explained what it is, I explained how you can get rid of it and live a better, happy oral life. Now the next one is you notice white spots or brownish stain on the teeth or on the tooth, on that particular tooth. Yes, that is a sign of tooth decay. The next thing is difficulty in biting tooth. Now this happens when that tooth sensitivity kicks in, or you feel pain. You cannot bite food again. If it's that lovely chicken that you could eat before, like you can't even do it anymore, that is a sign of tooth decay. Now the next one is food getting trapped in your teeth or in your tooth. That is also a sign of tooth decay. The most common people that will always have, or that will have this tooth decay, are the children. Yes. And why do I say so? They're actually the ones that consume the most amount of sugar. Yes, through the drinks that we give them. Yes, through the food, the donuts, all those things that will be like, oh, take. They can get who are the elderly people. Yes, as time goes on, with everything, they can get to decay easily. The next people are actually people that naturally have xerostomia. Yes guys, there are people that actually have dry mouth, and that is why you need to stay hydrated every time. The next people are people that actually have poor oral hygiene. Now, there are people that generally have weak, or genetically they have weak gum or weak enamel. And what do I mean by enamel? Please don't get it twisted. It's just your teeth, the outer parts that you can see. These ones here, yes, that's your enamel. Okay guys, now let's talk about the stages of tooth decay. Yeah, let's get there. So the first stage, or the initial stage, is the initial demineralization of the enamel. Don't worry, I'll explain all the BB grammars here. Now, this simply means, the process of the enamel decaying. Now, let me remind you that the enamel is the strongest or hardest part of the body. Imagine because of this, it starts, getting weak and then starts decaying. Yes, because of just our mistakes or whatever. Yes. Now, the second stage is now the enamel decaying proper. Now, this is whereby you notice whitish spots, which after some time you will start noticing that they are now brownish in color. This is a sign of the tooth decaying, and from there you will see tiny holes forming. And this tooth decay happens mostly at your molar, yes, because that is the part which is like, hidden, and again the food and everything sort of packed in there. Yes. The third stage is the dentin damage. Now, in this damage, this happens when nothing is being done. Do you understand? In any of in the first stage or in the second stage, nothing is being done, and now the dentin starts getting damaged. And for you to understand what I'm saying, the dentin is actually a very fragile part of the tooth, and so for it to start getting damaged, that's a big wahala, a very, very big wahala. Now, when the dentin starts getting damaged, you will start experiencing tooth sensitivity, whereby yes, even pineapple that is your favorite will start being like hard work for you. Yes, that is actually when the dentin is getting damaged. You will start feeling tooth sensitivity also. Now, the fourth stage is the pulp damage. Now, let me say something. The pulp is actually the life of the tooth. That is where the nerves and everything is connected. Now, if it gets damaged, it is very, very hard. It's actually a miracle for the tooth to actually be there in your mouth again, because it will have to go through extraction. Now, the fourth stage is where the pulp gets damaged, and this is where you find inflammation. And what do I mean by inflammation? It's where the swelling, facial swelling starts, and then pain. If nothing is still done, you will start having abscess. Let's talk about the preventions. Now, for prevention, the first one is brushing. You have to brush after eating in the morning, and also it should be the last thing you do before you go to bed. Now, there is always something I do at night. Anytime I brush my teeth, I make sure I don't brush all the fluorides out, all the components from the toothpaste out. And what do I mean? After brushing, I just rinse my mouth once and I go to bed. And this makes sure that when I wake up in the morning, I wake up fresh. My mouth is fresh. Now, the second one is using fluorinated toothpaste. What do I mean by this? It simply means using toothpaste that contain fluoride. This helps to make your breath fresh. It helps to destroy the bacteria that will act on food debris that are no more in your mouth. In fact, it just gives you, a new way of living. A new way of living. You understand what I mean? But it makes you feel fresh, and it makes feel like you can conquer the world with your fresh breath. Now, the third one is to limit the intake of sugary food. What do I mean by that? People should not come for me, but you have to limit the intake of cake. Yes, you have to limit the intake of donuts. You have to limit the intake of all these sugary things, your cotton candy, your chocolate, all those things. You have to limit them, because they are actually the things that bacteria love. Now is it the third or the fourth? I don't even know. But the next one is snacks. You have to limit your intake of snacks also. Next one is getting a sealant. Now there is something we call a dental sealant, which is put on the teeth, on the grooves of the teeth, especially the molar. Now this helps to make sure that there is no food particle that sticks to the grooves of the molar. Yes, so whenever you go to the hospital, please tell your doctor or ask your doctor about it so that he can inform you more about it. And that brings me to my next point, which is you have to go and see your doctor every 3 months. But please, if you notice any of the symptoms of tooth decay, you have to see your doctor immediately so that he can know what to do for you, and he can know the things to actually do to hinder or the process of tooth decay, and make sure that he stops it immediately. So you definitely need to go and see, or go for a routine checkup every 3 months. Go and see your doctor. It pays to see your doctor. This one is something that I did not learn in the books, but I do it. My mom taught me when I was little, and actually it helps, and that's using coconut oil. Putting coconut oil in your mouth. I just put it in my mouth and then leave it for some time, and then I just throw it off. But I feel like it helps hinder the process of tooth decay as well. At least I found out to be a little bit true also. It helps in my own case. Yes. So guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you learned something from this video, and I actually want to say this: if you experience any of the symptoms which I have explained today, please go and see your doctor. It pays to see your doctor, especially at the early stage. Why? Because at least those effects can be reversed before it gets too late. So guys, have a blessed week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.